Also with us on the broadcast is Major Muhammad Ali Shah. Major Shah, thank you so much for taking the time out joining us. It is indeed a very sad incident that has taken place. The fact that, terrorists opened fire on a bus that was carrying at least 25 soldiers, 14 of which injured, 3 have now succumbed to their injuries. They've fallen in the line of duty. If I can just take my first question from Major Muhammad Ali Shah, when ambushes like this take place, what does it point towards? Could we possibly be looking at some kind of an intel leak? Is that something that we need to be considering right now?
Well, Prati, not always, because a movement of the forces is known to everybody. And the militants, they have their sources, they have their informers outside the RP gate of every battalion. They are positioned there. You never know who is an informer. So it's not necessarily an intel leak, because when it is very obvious when a security force bus is moving. And of course, there are few lessons learned. One is never follow the same routine. Say if our forces vehicle had gone and transported some soldiers to some policemen or to a certain area at 10 a.m. They should not leave next day at 10 a.m. Secondly, never take the same route that you go by. Don't return by the same route. Come by a different route. And always be unpredictable. When I was serving in CAOps in Jammu Kashmir for 2 years, my own driver did not know where exactly we are heading to, which post, which company we are heading to. It's only when I would sit in the vehicle, only then I would tell. Not because I didn't trust them, I trusted them very well. But at the end of the day, they save all the fears, and as we rightly said, it could be intel leak. That is just one of the aspects, but not necessarily. The movement like this is normally, sometimes there is a planned ambush where there is an specific intel that at so-and-so time, so-and-so movement would take place of the security forces. Sometimes it is an impromptu attack where they have not planned. They just see the security forces and they get very happy, they're armed, they feel there's a right opportunity. And what Kashmiri tigers are they? They are Kashmiri cowards. They are the biggest cowards. In fact, I had written an open letter to Jaish-e-Mohammed, the terrorist outfit, in the month of February, 14 February 2019, when the Pulwama attacks took place. And there, it's there on Google. It's there. It was published by your channel, covered it widely. In fact, that letter. In that, I've explained what exactly the problem with these people is, and how by killing one Burhan Wani, the problem would not get solved. It's good that we eliminate the commander, yes, but ultimately we have to nip it by the bud by wiping out the ideology. And where does the ideology stem from? It stems from Pakistan at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And Major Shah, the fact that they indiscriminately fired the terrorists, one was injured, but then they fled. However, it does show that the forces did fire back. But when an incident like this happens, how much of a response time does it take to, revert when there is an ambush of this sort?
Okay, Paradi, I have been in a similar situation, so I can answer this very well. Supposing you or anybody else, forget about a soldier, a civilian is traveling in a bus, and suddenly, all of a sudden, there's a fire coming from somewhere. Firstly, in an ambush, you don't realize, you don't even come to know where the fire is coming from. So first thing you do is you take position, you protect yourself, understand that there's indiscriminate firing coming on us. And then when we have to dash down, crawl, observe, sight, fire. These are the minor tactics which we have been trained as soldiers in the academy. Dash down, crawl, observe, sight, fire. So you immediately dash down. But when you do not know where the fire is exactly coming from, your men also, there would be a total chaos actually. There will be a total chaos. And I will tell you very honestly, there is quite a possibility in such a situation where in a crossfire, you can end up shooting your own chaps. That also has taken place in the past. But in this case now, when the militant would have opened fire on this bus, the bullet it can penetrate through a bus. The bus is not bulletproof, obviously. So yes, the best you can do is you are taken by surprise, the element of surprise. So the best thing is one has to be totally ready, totally battle prepared all the time. We are, many times, some forces people are apprehensive of cocking the weapon. Chamber mein round, to put the round into the barrel and then travel. Why? Because they feel that there can be an accidental fire, which has also taken place in the past. But if you are trained well, if you have full faith in your weapon, you have to be totally ready, because you never know which side, which angle, where at which second a fire can come from, and you have to be vigilant all the time. When we used to travel in a convoy, Paradi, we used to be all the time alert.
Yes.
Because you never know. And every evening we used to get back after patrolling, we used to thank our stars, we used to pray to God that we survived this day, Paradi.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, Major Shah, and indeed what has happened is extremely unfortunate. And a swift probe, of course, nabbing these terrorists is going to be what is going to be our top priority from this point on. Thank you so much, Major Shah, for joining us on the broadcast.